The Resource Monitor also allows me to monitor my disk and network settings. For the disk setting, I selected the Disk tab here. This shows me every process with disk activity. Well, I'm going to click. Actually, let's open Internet Explorer again. When I open Internet Explorer, it triggers some disk activity. It shows up in the list. So I can see in real time for Internet Explorer how many bytes are read and written. And you notice those numbers are actually changing. So this is real time. I can also see under disk activity every location that this reads or writes from and how many bytes are read and written. I'm going to deselect Internet Explorer here in the list. So this shows me every process with disk activity, the location that it actually reads or writes to or from, and how much is read and written. So I have a full view of exactly how my disk is being utilized in this system. At times this could be useful. If you install an application and shortly after you or maybe your user, if you're in a support role, they start complaining that the computer is slow. You suspect it's related to the application you just installed, but you're not sure and you want to definitively prove that is the problem. Well, this is a great way to look at the application and see exactly how many resources it actually consumes, how much it's reading, how much it's writing to the disk. Maybe it is your problem. This would be a way to clearly prove that that is in fact your issue. It also shows me this disk queue length at the bottom. The purpose of the disk queue length is to show you what's waiting to be processed by the disk. If you have a slower hard drive in your system, a 5400 RPM drive, that's a low-cost, low-performance hard drive. The problem, it is so slow that it can't process many of the common things that you do. So when you start launching applications, clicking through windows, opening documents, many of those requests cannot be processed in real time because the hard drive is so slow, so it simply starts stacking up in this disk queue and has to wait its turn to be processed. The end result is you have a computer that just appears to be slow. Everything you click on, it seems unresponsive because your hard drive is slow. An example of a fast hard drive would be a solid-state hard drive. The system I'm on now has a solid-state hard drive. Right now, I have 3 virtual machines running and the host operating system, and my disk queue length is all zeros. It'll occasionally tick up to 0.01 or so, or maybe up to 0.05, but then it returns back to zeros, which means my hard drive is fast enough that it can concurrently run 4 operating systems without sticking much of anything in this disk queue. So that is extremely useful.